Hi, we'll talk today about rationalizing the denominator or the numerator. To start this lesson, we have to remember one important property, which is the difference of two squares. So if we have a plus p, the square root of c, multiplied by a minus p, the square root of c, that would equal to, just remember that we have plus here and we have a minus here, and this term is equaling to this term here, and this term here is equaling to this term here. So this is the difference of two squares, so we can just rewrite it as a to the power 2 minus this term, which is the second term, p, the square root of c, all to the power 2. And we can simplify it as a to the power 2 minus p to the power 2, and here we have the square root of c all to the power 2. We can just rewrite it as a to the power 2 minus p to the power 2c. Okay, so as you can notice here, we have removed this root. So we have removed the root of s. And you will notice in the next examples that we will do this technique to solve all the problems in this lesson. Let's see an example. So example 1 says we have this fraction and we want to rationalizing it. So we want just to remove this root of 2. So just remember, we have to take advantage of the difference of two squares property. So we will just multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 1 minus the root of 2. 1 minus the root of 2. So we will have here 1 multiplied by 1 minus the square root of 2, which is 1 minus the square root of 2, over 1 plus square root of 2 multiplied by 1 minus square root of 2. We will have 1 squared minus the square root of 2 squared, and that would equal to 1 minus the square root of 2 over 1 minus 2, and that would equal to 1 minus square root of 2 over 1, and that would equal to 1 minus square root of 2. And this is the final solution. Let's see an example. So example 1 says we have this fraction here and we want to rationalizing it. So as I said before, we have to take advantage of the difference of two squares formula. So we'll just multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 1 minus square root of 2, 1 minus the square root of 2. Why I have done that? Because here we have a plus, so we have to multiply by minus to apply the difference of two squares formula. So what we will have? We'll have 1 multiplied by 1 minus square root of 2, so it's nothing but 1 minus square root of 2, over, just notice here that this and this, when we multiply them, we'll get the difference of two squares. So we'll just take the first term squared minus the second term squared. And that would equal to 1 minus the square root of 2, and here 1 to the power 2, which is 1 minus the square root of 2 to the power 2. This 2 and the square will be cancelled, so the remaining will be 2. And that would equal to 1 minus the square root of 2 over minus 1. And that would equal to minus 1 plus the square root of 2. And as you can notice, we cannot simplify this further, so this is the final solution. Let's see another example. So in example number 2, we want to rationalize the numerator. So we want to remove this root from the numerator. So we'll just multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 4 plus h plus 2, because here we have a minus, so here we'll have a plus. And we'll just multiply the denominator too, so we'll have 4 plus h plus 2. Okay, so As you can notice here, this is the difference of two squares, so we can just rewrite it as the first one, which is the root of 4 plus h squared minus the second one squared over, here we have h multiplied by the square root of 4 plus h plus 2. So we can just simplify this. So we'll have 4 plus h, because this 2 and the square root will be cancelled, minus, here we have 2 to the power 2, it's 4, over, here we can just distribute this h, so we will have h, the square root of 4 plus h plus 2h, and as you can notice, this 4 and this 4 will be cancelled. So what we'll have h over h, the square root of 4 plus h plus 2h. So we can just take h as a common factor. So we'll have h over, I'll just take h as a common factor. So the remaining part would be the square root of 4 plus h plus 2. And this h and this h would be cancelled, so that would equal to 1 over the square root of 4 plus h plus 2. And as you can notice, we have removed the square root from numerator, and we will have this expression or this fraction as a solution for this example. This is the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and goodbye.